Majengo town. If you passed by 10 years ago, I promise you won't be able to recognize it now. This town has really developed over the years. This is Vihiga County, the land filled with milk and honey. Honey to mean the Maragoli women. Do well to find yourself in. I haven't really had time to explore this county because my mother would always tell me, Ohola. That was just to mean, don't you dare leave, because instructions from African mothers are better understood from the reverse order. We waited for these people for ages. They made us buy mahindi choma, njugu karanga, and samosa unnecessarily, just waiting for them. How frustrating. But voila, they finally came. My happiness was restored. We were happy. I met my sweet niece, and obviously she had missed me so much. So this is Auntie Niece bonding moments. I do love her. So let me just change the topic before she starts asking why I didn't bring her birthday gift with me. I'm normally an indoor person. Everyone who knows me can testify. I find it more interesting just sitting in the house, watching movies, sleeping. No, I don't sleep during the day, God forbid. Am I getting nostalgic? I know. Those of us who haven't been in Vihiga for a while now are just getting the feel in the air. Yeah, this is Vihiga County. We are headed to...
Ene nyasembo, poko yanyo japomo nyasembo. Ini nyasembo, yebi muliere nyasembo. Yae nyasembo, lunge nyasembo. Moli nyasembo, ini nyasembo. Moli nyasembo, hermeno. Yaya tieno nyasembo, kaunamba. Yo se okierba, yo se akiangera.
Wait. Why are you singing along? I just played the music for you to know where we're headed to. Why are you singing? Who gave you the permission to sing along? Well, you got it right. We are headed to Kisumu City. Listen to this. One night in the smoky hut of Akech, the second wife of the great chief Odero Gogni of Yimbo, a baby was born. It was about 30 seasons before the great snacking metal road of Jarochere, the white people, reached the battering market of Kisumu. Yes, that is the city. We are headed to the battering market of Kisumu, the well-known Kisumu Dala. Before traveling to England, I decided it was either then or never. The Indomie had to venture the outside world. The outside world to mean the outside of Vihiga County. I needed to know the world. The world here is Kisumu City. The city of Kisumu. The battering market of Kisumu. So let's go.
Mama para ganasa mama ganasa bae mama time gonna see mama time gonna see samara time gonna see mama time gonna see apenya bendiera era korumo kona agoyo simu takimakana agoyo simu makamaka message agoro sama Kiudo mama me aduoko apenyo mama karango marach apenyo mama.
Does this place look familiar to you? Well, 2 weeks before my travel to England, I planned for a trip to Kisumu City, commonly known as Kisumu Dala. Dala means home, as the locals call it. So Kisumu is home. Wow. It's actually the nearest city from my hometown. This city is located in the western region of Kenya and formerly we'd call it the Nyanza province. Nyanza is a local name to mean the lake, so the province at the lakeside. You really don't need to take me serious because that's what I was also told. I don't know if it's a rumor, but I think you can just believe the rumor. It sounds good, doesn't it? You might as well be asking yourself, why Kisumu of all the places in Kenya? Well, I already said it's near my home, so not much to be spent on fuel. But why exactly about Kisumu was I interested in before I traveled? We will find out. Maybe. And by the way, did you know that Kisumu is a Kenyan post city on Lake Victoria? It's also known for Lakeside Viewpoint at Dunga Hill Camp and Hippo Point. We also have the Kisumu Impala Sanctuary, which shelters herds of impalas and zebras. Also, its animal orphanage is home to wildlife cheetahs and baboons. Are you sure you don't want to see that? You should surely visit Kisumu. Before I forget, the City Museum displays artifacts related to the people of Nyanza province. Na hatujaenda Southwest, where we have Ruma National Park, where we have tall cliffs, roan antelopes, and bird life. Interesting, right? Yeah, enjoy. So there he is, our driver. You know, I innocently asked this guy to tell us how the journey was. You know, the way a news reporter will come to you and ask you to give an account of what happened. You as an eyewitness. Or is it because I didn't have the microphone? So this guy had the audacity, the effrontery, to ask me about the plans for lunch. A whole 9 a.m. you asking me about lunch? And the funny part is, we didn't even have plans for lunch. We had just planned to go to Kisumu, take nice photos, then hungrily leave to go home to prepare something to hold our intestines together. So this is the Kisumu Impala Park, the Kisumu National Sanctuary. Whatever it is, just enjoy the music. Oh my God. So those of us who have been to this place before, you already know there's some Pat Mason. It pains me so much. I don't know, why am I just realizing this now? So this is warthog. If you've never seen a warthog, this is the beautiful zebra. For those of us who have never seen zebras, you know, we've known about the zebra crossing, but that is the animal, the zebra crossing. Did you know that warthogs are powerful diggers using both their snouts and feet? I want you to visualize this. When feeding, they often bend their front feet backwards and move around on their wrists. Warthogs have developed an interesting practice of kneeling on their calluses, hairy padded knees to eat short grass. They also use their snouts and tusks to dig for bulbs, tubers, and roots during the dry season. During the wet season, they may eat earthworms and other small invertebrates. Interesting, right? It is. Did you also know that cheetahs are the fastest animals? Did you? Yeah, by the way, so as I was saying earlier, Kisumu is just a few miles away from my hometown. Yeah, but I can't even remember the number of times I have been to Kisumu, but you can tell they can't be more than 5. I'm mostly the city's passerby. I know you might think it's because I'm an indoor person or too busy. No, darling, Kisumu is a city. You need money to survive there. It's hard for me to accept it's because I was broke. You know, I just had a lot of money in theory. Let's just put the blame on the busy schedule of locking myself up for TikTok and watching my favorite programs. So walk with us through this. Ama niwape udaku. I mean, pick one. You can't have two. Oh, I know. You want the music. Yeah. So I'll just give you your favorite music. What kind of music do you want? What type of music do you enjoy? I want to let you enjoy to your fullest. Now, before I go, this guy just made my day that day. So when he saw us, alikuja akakuwa tour guide. And before I say this story, I just want you to know that we were broke, totally broke. Si nimewambia hatukuwa na lunch. No, the story is heartbreaking. And well, no, let me just not say, because I know you will judge me. So here is the music.
Ene nyasembo, poko yanyo japomo nyasembo. Ini nyasembo, yepimo liere nyasembo. Jae nyasembo, lunge nyasembo. Moli nyasembo, ini nyasembo. Moli nyasembo, hermeno. Yaya tieno nyasembo, kaunamba. Yo sé hierba, yo sé kiangera. Trovo dogi no, dogi maromena no. Ah.
Barikiwa Studio.
It's another, oh my God, again. You know, I'm just realizing that so many parts are missing. I've taken more than 2 years to post this. And while I was recording, you know, I was using my phone. As you can see, I was using my phone. And ilikuwa inaja na delete tu vitu. Inaja na delete tu vitu. So it's possible I deleted some of the videos I had recorded that time. It's hurting me, but let's just be around. Let's just hang around. It's not going to be a boring journey, I promise. The history behind the naming of the lake is worth knowing. Initially, the European explorers were just trying to find the source of the River Nile. During their search, a British explorer named John Speke discovered the Lake Victoria. He decided to honor the then Queen of England, Queen Victoria, and named the lake after her. There are a number of facts you didn't know about Lake Victoria. Let's start with the one that is the most popular about this lake. Lake Victoria is the largest lake in the entire African continent. It's also the third largest lake in the world. Lake Victoria is an African gem. Bordering Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, this expansive water body stretches into the horizon, appearing more like a sea than a lake. Gentle waves are punctuated by many small virgin islands that play host to a rich variety of wildlife. A perfect place to while away languid evenings as the red African sun sinks out of the view. Lake Victoria is as interesting as it is restorative. Alongside its rich history, cultural wealth, and spectacular wildlife, Lake Victoria is special for being one of the only two places in East Africa where it's possible to watch the sunset over water without being on the coast. Lake Turkana in northern Kenya is the other.
She asked me, baby, where you from? I told her Kenya.
Standing in the heart of East Africa, Lake Victoria is an enormous mass of water that stretches across countries, cultures, and histories. A visit to the lake offers the chance to explore the diversity of local communities as well as sight some of Africa's most prized wildlife. Take a look at how Governor's Camp can shape your Lake Victoria experience.
Yabero nego singare, lando nego singare, Rapudo nego singare, lando nego singare, Yabero nego singare, lando nego singare, Yatino nego singare, nyani nyayulu, Apenyo wendo ninya yokanye, Mama, nyani neno kanya nyakachi kukuta, Emiria yeko nyaki nyakachi, Mami neno kanya nyakachi kukuta.
So why should you visit Lake Victoria? The lake is marketed as the Pearl or Pride of Africa. As mentioned earlier, it's one of the greatest lakes in the world and it's renowned for its spectacular beauty, large tropical islands, and beautiful beachside hotels and resorts. There are also over 200 fish species in Lake Victoria, which makes it a sought-after destination for fishing tour in Africa. The number of tourists visiting Lake Victoria has increased over the years because the region is benefiting from improved infrastructure and an increase in investment in the hospitality industry. You'll find a wide section of accommodation in the Lake Victoria Basin, ranging from rusting fishing camps to private resorts, safari lodges, and modern hotels. Lake Victoria is also rich in history and has a substantial number of heritage sites as well as a significant archaeological site. The vast network of islands are home to incredible bird species, which makes the lake region a bird's paradise. Now, as we all know, the Lake Victoria spreads out over the borders of Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, and is close to Serengeti National Park in Tanzania and other world-renowned safari destinations in East Africa. It's a popular add-on destination after the Big 5 safari tour to the Serengeti and other famous game reserves in East Africa. You can combine a holiday to the Lake Victoria with the once-in-a-lifetime Serengeti safari tour in Tanzania or a gorilla tour in Uganda. If you can't get to the impenetrable forest in Rwanda or Uganda for chimpanzee trekking, you can visit Ngama Island on the Uganda side of the Lake Victoria. The 100-acre island is a protected chimpanzee sanctuary. Game over, good people. It's obviously getting dark, and that means it's time to go back home. See you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Bye bye.
Margarita.